pretty active already. And so I hope that we can step it up and take it to the next level in our community. While you're eating, I know you're holding your plate with one hand and you're eating with the other hand, but I'm going to ask you to raise your third hand when I ask you a couple of questions. So raise your hand or stand up or something. Show us if you have been to other, so have you been to more than one soil series? Great. All right. Is there anyone here that has not been to any of the soil series? Okay, good to know. So I'm gonna tell you all a little bit about the soil series for those of you that haven't been here. We have had 6 events from February through May 10th was our last. No, that's 2 days from now. We didn't do that yet. April 24th. Yeah, it's been a long run. 6 events, and each event was packed with 3 speakers and then a go-round. We never really had a lot of time for community discussion, and the feedback that we got was that people wanted community discussion, so that's why we planned this event. The 6 events were, one was about human health and soil health, public health. One was about building soil or covering soil from the ground and covering bare soil. One was about water and cooling the planet. One was about storytelling, and specifically talking about soil-related stuff, but using story as a way to tell our stories and to get points across. Another one, I should have the flyer in front of me. What am I missing? Social mycelium. Yes, the social mycelium, that was all about community resilience. And then I taught one. Was building soil from the ground up. That's right, building soil from the ground up, and that was all about building soil and also about mycelium. So we had 19 speakers, I think, through this whole series. We had 23 sponsors that put up some funding and did a lot of outreach to help us put the series together. Black Crim provided food for us at a discounted rate. The whole series was put together by myself representing Vermont Healthy Soils Coalition and Chris Wood representing BALE, Building a Local Economy. I am Kat Buxton. I am so sorry. Thank you. Yes, my name is Kat Buxton. And I live in Sharon, Vermont. And I co-founded the Vermont Healthy Soils Coalition after I went to a 3-day workshop with Dee Dee Purshouse, who's sitting right over here. And she brought to town a gentleman named Walter Yana, who's an Australian climate scientist and microbiologist. And I learned so much there, and it really helped to shift the way I think about things, as has my ongoing work with Dee Dee and Peter and the Soil Carbon Coalition. And I was encouraged at that event, as we all were, to think bold, think boldly, act boldly. And one of the things that came out of that group was, well, what if we rehydrate California? Which seemed like a pretty bold thing, which, by the way, is happening. There is a group doing that, and Dee Dee's involved. But I thought, well, I live in Vermont, and I don't really like it when people come to my town and tell me how to do things, and I'm not a Californian, and I don't know about living in dry climates, so why don't we do something in Vermont? How do we soak up all the water in Vermont is kind of what I thought. So, because that's what we're getting. All the climate projections say that we're just going to continue getting more and more rain in larger volumes, and we know what happens when we get a lot of rain. We lose our roads, we lose our topsoil, we lose so much, and it starts to break down our communities. And so, the soil series was designed from feedback. Basically, people want to know more. We have a Vermont Healthy Soils Coalition listserv where I get a lot of information from our members. If you want to join that listserv, we have a little handout on the table there. You can just go to our website, take the survey, follow the email instructions to join our listserv. I've gathered from being on that listserv for a couple of years, we've had that going now, that there are a lot of questions, that people want to learn a lot more, people want to connect with each other, and we have incredible expertise all over our states in every community there's so much expertise right in this room. And so I thought we need to build our social mycelium. I like to think of learning from nature. Our greatest teacher is nature, and the more I get to know humans, the less I want to learn from humans, and the more I want to learn from nature, quite honestly. Because we really haven't done a good job. We've done brilliant things, and we'll do more brilliant things. But I really find that nature holds the answers that we seem to miss and walk right over. And so I'm hoping that this event tonight, this is funny, I don't even need it.
It's actually easier to hear you.
Without it?
I'm sitting down here.
So I'm not, you can hear me over there?
Yeah.
All right, when you get this, if you're quiet, please use it, and you might have to like move the button back and forth and shake it around. That's how you make it work. It's the real deal. Yeah, don't hit your head with it. That's what Henry was saying. The soil series was designed to try and help us understand the significance of soil for human health, for public health, for climate health, for soul health, to connect us with the planet that feeds us. It connects to every single thing, I think, that we need. We need soil. We can't do anything without healthy soil. And globally, we are losing soil very, very fast. 40% of our agricultural land globally is either degraded or severely degraded, and in some cases even has been turned to desert, where it didn't used to be. And as we create more and more bare soil around the globe, it is absolutely affecting water cycles. And so there's a lot to learn, and I can't clearly go into that detail. It took us 6 series to get to this point and barely cover a lot of those topics. So what we learned from you is that you were very interested in all of those topics and that you wanted to learn more. We also learned that you want to have small group discussions. We also learned that a lot of people struggle with, how do I talk about this? How do I talk about this to people who don't know about it? How do I talk to my town manager, my legislator, the public works department, my cousin, whatever it is? So we're hoping that this event is going to help us to do that. We're going to start by a quick go-round. And there's a lot of us here. We all have a lot to say. We're going to have an hour in small group discussions. So as we do our go-round, I'd like us to each just take 1 minute. We're timing you. And we have, when we hold up a yellow piece of paper, who wants to be our timer? You'll do it? All right, Chris is a timer. When he holds up a yellow piece of paper, that means hurry up. When he holds up the red piece of paper,
You're all done.
or pink,
You're all done.
you're all done. So if it's red or pink, you're all done. And it's not because we don't love you, and it's not because we don't want to hear what you want to say, but we want to try and get through this event, and there will be more. I think that's one of the outcomes we'll find, is that there will be more. So when we go around in a circle, now I have to look at the notes. When we go around in a circle, we are going to say our name, where we are from, one reason that you're here tonight, and what is the best outcome for this meeting tonight, according to you. So I'll start. My name is Kat Buxton. I am from Sharon, Vermont. I am here tonight because you all asked me to do this, and I'm delighted to do it. And I want connection. And the best outcome for this meeting for me tonight would be that we stay connected and that we advance all of the work that we're doing in a cohesive manner.
But, are you going to hold them up?
It's on your clipboard, Dee Dee.
I'm gonna hold them up.
I'm Dee Dee Pursehouse from Thetford Center, Vermont. I'm here to connect with all of you, partly because I only got to go to the first part of this series, and I was so excited to see that there were so many people coming. And best outcome for this meeting, I'm really excited in this topic about writing and communicating about this, and so I'm interested in connecting with those folks.
25 seconds to go. Awesome. My name is Henry Harris. I live in Marshfield, and I'm here. I think I've gauged like the responsiveness that Kat and Chris are getting from the greater community, and it seems like there's a lot of enthusiasm and possibly something will happen, which leads to the best outcome and opportunity for us to scale up big projects for the soil and climate as Vermonters and beyond. Thanks.
Proceed.
Nice. My name is Graham Unang-Strukanok. I live in Plainfield. One reason I'm here tonight is because I'm just really passionate about these topics and think they have a lot of potential to be an opportunity for so many people to engage with life in a productive, meaningful way with one another, and also to approach a number of the issues that we're facing locally and globally. Best outcome, I think a lot of what Henry said is what I'd be hoping for, spreading information in a way that we can scale up strategically and effectively to achieve what we want and to say no to what we don't want.
Hi. I don't know if I knew this. I'm Bradley. I just moved to Vermont about a week and a half ago from Copenhagen. I'm an agronomist and I'm working with the Rich Earth Institute in Brattleboro. And just looking to plug in to find out what's going on here and get plugged in. Can you hear me without the thing?
No. Okay. Switch it back and forth a bunch.
You're on.
Yeah.
Henry's head.
Treat it like that old vending machine.
I don't think you are on. I'm just going to try to speak loud. So I'm Tatiana. I live in Westminster West, and here because I've really been thinking a lot about the issue of doing things for the collective good versus the sort of entrenched feeling that a lot of people have that their rights shouldn't be infringed on and they should be able to do whatever they want on their land, in terms of land management. So I'm excited about the idea of having some small group discussions because it seems to me that that's where we can maybe strategize some ideas for bridging those differences. And a good outcome for me would be to hear some success stories that people have had.
It's on. Marilyn Fiorello. I live in Brattleboro. There's a double reason. I've been wanting to come, but for the whole series, but it's just a long ride, especially if I have to do it alone. But I came tonight because I had 2 passengers in my car, so that was wonderful, and I got here. The best outcome for this meeting is, for me, I've been a lifelong learner. I want to learn something new, and I want to be able to help build this movement because I really think we're on the right track.
My name is Stephen Hine. I used to work with Chris years ago at Randolph, and I now work for an investment management company in Boston that does sustainable investing. And my interest in coming tonight is to learn more about the topic, to bring it to investors and large corporations about how to have this as part of the whole package for addressing climate change and sustainability. And my main outcome I'd like to see is for my own self, more selfishly, to make a connection with people here, to learn more, and to work together in the coming months.
Hi, I'm Henry Swayze from Tunbridge, and on the steering committee of the Vermont Healthy Soils Coalition. And like Kat, I attended Dee Dee's 3-day workshop with Walter Vienna, and that converted my thinking that in order to solve the world's problems, I shifted from thinking we had to sequester carbon to thinking we actually had to cool. And it turns out that all the things you do to build soil also cool. So it's a nice round robin. You can attack it from any level you want. Best outcome for me this meeting is to see groups of people working together to mobilize and really make some massive action happen, because that's what's necessary if we're actually going to turn the thermostat on. Sorry.
I'm Karen Bisler from East Bethel, and I'm here because I've just really enjoyed this whole series, and I think the connection is probably the best part of it, what comes out of it. And I'm sure whatever comes out tonight's going to be the best outcome.
Hi, Mark Kelly from East Randolph. I come here because I learned and I've been able to apply these lessons to my own farm. And the best outcome for me would be if this whole group were to coalesce around one action which could be brought to successful fruition over time.
I'm Gary Durr. There were 4 things that I was responsible to speak to you about. I'm really good at what I did when I was 4 years old, but I can't remember what happened 5 minutes ago. So I want to get this group connected with the R3 group. We have a task leaders group that's led by Pat Moulton from BTC, and I want to get a couple representatives this summer to join us and tell the task leaders what we want to do. And I would like to join a group that identifies what we talk about, speakers list for the next year.
My name is Keith Walsh. I live in Bedford Center, Vermont. One reason for being here tonight is I really kind of came with the intention of being a cheerleader of positivity. So just keeping in mind that even though we face what seem to be staggering, momentous issues in front of us, I really firmly believe that not just our positive thinking, but also the positive thinking of Mother Nature is going to push us to that point. So don't lose the faith, first of all. Second of all, the best outcome for this meeting is that we do remain connected and that we put our intentions to work.
My name is Carl Tiedemann. I'm co-founder of the Soil for Climate group. One of the reasons I'm here tonight is to make sure people are aware of the group. On Facebook, we have over 11,000 members from more than 100 countries. So if this is a topic you're interested in staying current on, I invite all of you to join, those of you who haven't. And the best outcome for this meeting is getting everybody to sing happy birthday for my friend Seth, who's over there, the co-founder of Soil for Climate.
That's the best outcome.
Birthday to
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Seth. Happy birthday to you.
All within 1 minute.
Accomplished, so we can go now.
Any other birthday people today?
My name's Annie McClary. I live in Woodbury. I didn't make the rest of the series, and I'm here because mud season is actually over now in Woodbury, so I can get down the road, and it's light enough so I come out at night now. And I really appreciated what happened in this circle just this moment. We started all over the place with our tones for happy birthday, And by the end of that short little series, we all were singing quite harmoniously. So we'll take that as a model for the evening. And I think a wonderful outcome would be that everyone goes home feeling the connectivity, feeling closer, more closely connected in the web of life with not only the humans, but with all beings.
My name is Jael. I'm a farmer in Worcester, Vermont. I also am the field organizer for Vermont, or 350 Vermont's Solutions campaign. And I'm here because I feel like this is one of, or the most incredible solution to addressing climate change and many of the ills in our society. And I hope to leave with some idea of, I don't know, policy, legislative, statewide, or local initiatives that we can start working towards.
Hi, I'm Lynn Wild from Montpelier, Vermont, and I'm here because I didn't want to miss what might be happening tonight. I know something's going to happen. I wouldn't want to sleep through it at home. So the best outcome for me, in addition to being connected to what's going to happen here tonight, is that maybe 5 of you show up in Montpelier next week on Wednesday at the Montpelier Senior Activity Center for Alan Savory's TED Talk and the Soil Carbon Cowboys film that we're going to discuss. Carl and I are going to be discussing this film with people, and I'd love to have 5 at least of you there to help move that discussion along. So just saying. Where? In Montpelier at the Montpelier Senior Activity Center on Berry Street. And it's on the website at the Montpelier Senior Activity Center. I think it starts at 6.
Jesse Scarlato, Montpelier. I'm here because I want to be working on solutions and supporting others in working on solutions. And an outcome I would like to see is developing some plans for next steps that we can take.
Hi, my name's Sabra Ewing. I live in Berkshire. I'm an organic farmer, shepherd. We make hard cider and brandy. What else am I supposed to say? Well, I am here because I have a vision. I really resonate with the idea of mycelium and social mycelium. And I see Vermont as this incredible place of social capital soil. And I would like to bring children in on that and bring them to Vermont. And my outcome that I'd like to see happen would be for me to connect with others that resonate with that, and just even families. And also that maybe we could create a nugget of a curriculum so that when kids could go to organic farms and do composting and learn about soil, that we could create a curriculum that enables organic farmers and progressives to help kids learn about all of this.
Birthday boy, you go first.
Hi, my name's Seth Itzkan. I'm the birthday boy, and I'm here to, honestly, when I realized it was my birthday, I thought this is a great way to spend it, and I drove up from Boston to be here. And I'm really sorry I missed some of the other meetings. So. I do have some visions of outcomes, but I don't know if it's for this meeting or if it's for the state. But just to say really quickly, I know Bonita was here the other day. I thought it'd be cool to say something like, Vermont vows to be an erosion-free state. We're not going to have any soil erosion in the state. Just making a statement like that, you know, creates a narrative. And I think this is the kind of group that could do something like that.
My name's Lisa McCrory. I'm an organic farmer, and I live in Bethel, Vermont. And why I'm here tonight is this is only the 3rd of all the series that I've been able to make, and it was hard to miss the other ones, and I'm just excited to network I'm also feeling overwhelmed. You know, there's a lot of conversations, a lot of emails, a lot of discussions, a lot of events, and I got a farm to run, and so I want to walk away from here feeling a little more inspired and focused, and that I have a community that I can think about when I'm back there doing my shit.
Getting shit done in the Upper Valley.
I'm Jess. I live in Randolph Center. One of the reasons I'm here is because I really like actually seeing people in the flesh rather than little pictures of them on the computer. And I like talking to them in person. And I've already accomplished that tonight. And I guess something else I'll mention just in terms of local projects is my partner Camden and I have been working on Randolph Community Orchard, which is I guess our contribution, what we have time to work on in this topic.
Camden Walters, I live up in Randolph Center. Like she said, we have kind of a few projects going on. We got a nonprofit that's starting an apple orchard or a general community orchard, we homestead, that kind of lifestyle. Also on the planning commission, so I'm involved in town politics and things like that. Just like coming here to hang out with people who come out for bail events. It's always a good discussion, a good time. And as far as best outcome, I like to form connections with people that leads to direct action kind of work. Doing things physical. I'm in a physical kind of time in my life, so that's what I like to put all my energy and attention is into building things.
Mike Bald in Royalton. I came this evening and to a couple of the past evenings because I enjoy good company. Not much of a talker, more of a doer. I just enjoy hearing what people have to say. Hopefully I'll learn from that. The reason behind all of my activism and everything I do these days is I don't want the younger generations to see or feel or sense that we gave up on our challenges of the day, nor do I want them to see that we gave up on them. So that's why I'm here.
My name is Cochran. I live in West Hartford on a small farm. The reason that I'm here tonight and that I've come to all the other ones is because I think it's what we've been discussing is the most important topic that anybody could discuss anywhere. And so I wanted to be in on it. And the best outcome, I think, is for us to form a strong group that is able to make what we have learned sound reasonable and sound good and teach other people. And I would like, it would be wonderful if our effort could combine with other efforts going on in this country and around the world to actually help us with this climate change.
Matthew Mackey. I'm actually non-Vermonter in the crowd. I live in Claremont, New Hampshire, right over the border. But we do share that Connecticut River watershed here, so we're all in it together, even if you guys are upside down. This is the first one of these series that I've been to, but I see a lot of familiar faces from the event at Lake Maury with Dee Dee and Walter Yanni last year. Anybody that knows me or my colleague Jan knows that we come at this more from a water angle. Our group is called Voices of Water for Climate. We're one of the 4 climate franchises. What I'm hoping to find out here, what I'm hoping to get out of this tonight is to learn more, just like many have also said, so that I can also teach more, and to understand how best to fit in to help move the bar forward towards actual progress. I think we're all so busy and there's a lot of different groups and a lot of different interests represented. If we understand each other a little bit better and are all working towards it, I think we'll find ways to work together to move the bar forward.
Tim, Corinne, outcomes, scaling, bridging,
coordination, dissemination, application. I'm nominally retired. I think I've got plenty to do, but I wouldn't be here if I weren't looking for productive work.
I am Sandy Gamure. I'm from Cobb Hill Co-Housing in Heartland. And I've come tonight just to really keep learning and so that I can keep learning how to apply these concepts and talk to other people about it. And I hope the best outcome for me would be that I feel momentum at the end of this meeting towards something, and that I feel hopeful. I have 3 gorgeous kids, and I think a lot about their future. So this is a big part of that.
Laurel Stevenson, also from Heartland. I'm here because I think this group gets it, that this is actually an opportunity that we face now to decentralize power. And this is the group of people I want to make this transition with, because I skipped McKibben's talk tonight because I wanted to be with you guys instead, with decentralized power, and we can all figure out where we fit into that so we make our best contribution that we can. And I think this is a kind of a living organism that I think needs to grow throughout all of Vermont and beyond.
I'm Cap Taylor. I'm from Williamstown. I've come to almost all of these meetings and have found great inspiration. I started just wondering about how soil worked. I wanted to try to make my garden work better, and I find out that there's so much hope in the soil for the future of the planet. And I think that the greatest outcome possible tonight is that everybody here feels empowered to take the energy that we all kind of gather here and then spread it. Come on. Applause for this little
fast tonight. I'm Lauren. I currently live in Jericho, Vermont. I'm about to move up to Montgomery tomorrow. I'm here because I think the people in this room are invested in saving the world, and that's all it takes to save the world. My best outcome of this event is to get people out of their comfort zone and rethinking fundamentally how the world and American society works and their place within it, and really overthrowing traditional paradigms of what you can and can't or should or shouldn't do.
Hi, I'm Jan Lambert from Charlestown, New Hampshire. It's right across the river from Springfield, where I'm very active with the Springfield Black River Action Team. I'm a writer, journalist, networker, educator, co-founded Voices of Water for Climate with Matt over here. I've written several books and run 2 different journals. I invite you all to sign up for our new Valley Water Journal newsletter. Also have several free handouts on the table. I hope you take a look after before we leave. So I was one of the speakers about cooling the planet with water. So I'm trying to figure out how we can best be of service to this group. I love seeing people in person, and somebody else mentioned just seeing people on the computer screen all the time. I spend way too much time on the computer. I love seeing people in person, and I just want to come away from this with a renewed purpose of how I can fit into this wonderful group. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Beth Champagne. I live in St. Johnsbury. I have 3 grandsons and a granddaughter growing up in central Vermont, and they're probably the biggest reason I'm here, because I feel that everything I've been learning from Pat and Dee Dee and countless others, including Jan, gives the very best chance for them and for all the other young people to get a life, to work for their own benefit and for other people's. And I want to report that at the great hub of my social life, namely Hunger Mountain Co-op, I just yesterday met the RTCC, that's the Randolph Technical Career Center ag teacher who can't come on Wednesday nights, who is just gung-ho about getting our principals into his program.
All right.
Hi, I'm Caroline Gordon. I'm living in Tunbridge right now, and as I'm originally from Germany, one of my main goals to come here was to just gain literacy in English on the issue, and of course also be part of the social mycelium. And I agree that the best outcome probably would be that we take this motivation and inspiration that we gained here into our future actions.
Marjorie Ryerson, I live in Randolph, and I'm here as a writer. I have been teaching writing classes to people in Montpelier. For the last 3 years, I was a professor of writing for many years, and they're tough topics like the comparison of Trump and Hitler, or surviving rape and incest. And I've been talking to people all over the state, and I have been picking up a huge amount of depression in people. My tree guy is depressed about working on trees anymore. He said we've lost the planet. And last night I went to hear Bill McKibben and David Zuckerman, who's a friend, and I talked about the fact that Vermont changed the world when it came to civil unions and then gay marriage. And I said, Vermont can do that again. I had a conversation with Chris this morning, and he said, come to this meeting tonight. I hadn't been to any of them, but I want to shape a class on finding hope. And it's a big topic. There are a lot of things that go in it, but that's what brought me here. So connection, I'm going to get a red card. Connection here.
You're not alone, Marjorie.
I'm Josie Carruthers. I live in East Randolph, and I have been to most of these, and I'm fascinated and entranced by the fact that I'm coming to a Bail Forum series in Randolph. I've been doing this for years, but this one is different. This one, not that the others weren't great, but some energy that took place in this room over and over again. It was, for me, an experience of, the emotions have been allowed in this scene, with people being deeply inspired. I have been deeply inspired by finding out all of this stuff about soil. So my dream tonight is, has been expressed over and over again. It's connectivity. It's there's something special we're providing for each other in terms of morale and what we can do. And I have a great trust in all of us and what we're doing here. So thank you.
I think this is talk. Hi, I'm Megan Stacco. I'm on the board of Vermont.
Megan, come into
come in our circle. Yeah, I'll come in.
Take a chair.
Sorry, I'm late. I had to work.
Here's a chair. We are in a
What we do.
When you sit back, just I'm on the board of rural Vermont and on the board of the Center for Grassroots Organizing, and I'm here to meet you all and figure out how we can work together.
All right.
Elizabeth? Hi, I'm Elizabeth Seiler from Burlington. Also sorry I was late. I'm here because I'm a backyard gardener, have a little plot of land in the new north end of Burlington that I want to make as carbon sinking as possible. I want to do the best I can with my little turf, and I'd like to influence my neighbors. and their neighbors. And so I'm here to see how I can contribute and how I can take this information and start peppering it through my community, just to start with my own little community. And Liz also wrote an article in 7 days about, yeah, I know. Yeah, I only 7 days as a writer, an
Really good
editor,
article.
proofreader, and did that story on Cat, because I need to spread the word. So that's great.
Did we miss anybody?
Jesse.
Jesse.
And Chris. Yeah, I saw you sit, but I didn't look through it.
Hi, I'm Jesse Martin.
Do you have a change of it?
I'm an amateur mycologist and ecologist and forager. Trying to be also a perennial gardener. I come to these meetings just because it's extremely rare for me to be able to connect with people that give a shit and care deeply, and I care deeply, and so I just want to connect with you all and work with you all, and that's where I think the most power is.
There was one more?
Just Chris.
Chris.
I was like, Chris who? Chris who?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm worried about the mic. How am I doing, Beth?
Great, you're good, you're good.
She can't hear me. I'm going to try without. My name is Chris Wood. I live in Tunbridge. I work at Vail. And the reason that I'm here for tonight is because I've been organizing this series. It would be a little hard for Kat. Maybe she could probably do, she has done 95% of this. And I've just tagged along. But, and the reason that I'm here tonight is to, it's for I sort of picture this group sort of in the systems point of view that I sort of live in. Here's the early adopters. You know, here, you are the early adopters. And there's a huge message that needs to go out from here. And so I am all interested. Hey, where's that yellow card?
Yeah.
Red card, I'm done.
Okay, we saved time.
Can I say one thing before we go
Yes.
to the next thing? I just would like people to think about who's not here. What groups, what people. It's an interesting question, I don't know exactly where all of you fall, but my sense is that this is most people here are probably on the liberal progressive end of things, just from hearing the go around. And this is an issue that in my experience traveling around the country, that everybody can and does care about if it's framed in the right way. So to think about, as we go through some of these groups, how do we think in that way so that, and I know that is on a couple of these topics, but I want to kind of put that front and center, is how do we make this a space that is as compelling for everyone, because this matters to everybody, and we actually need everybody on board. So how do we make this not an us versus them, or a kind of a fringe, that's going to change the world from the fringe, but how do we make this something that is really, really inviting and compelling and interesting? And I loved making Vermont an erosion-free state. Like that kind of language. That kind of language is the kind of language that actually is inclusive. So when we think about inclusive.
Okay, so our next job, I'm going to just review the agenda with you so you have a good idea of what's happening. Did everyone here get to choose your top 3 groups?
Shoot, well, some people came in late.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna, for time's sake, I think I'm gonna ask you to just join the group that you're most interested in. But so what we did, we tried to have everybody during the first half an hour make 3 dots, one per thing that you're most interested in. We have 9 topics. Those topics are connectivity, local government and agencies, policy and legislation, writers, arts and theater, water catchers, soil, sponge and compost, consumerism, citizen science. The marks that we got here, it looks to me like, unsurprisingly, we have a lot of people interested in soil, sponge and compost. So it looks to me like we have 6 groups. Our facilitators could help me agree on that. I think.
So maybe there's some people who came in late who are interested in the.
Right. Citizen science, the 2 that got the lowest votes, and nothing is getting voted out. There's no out. It's just what are we focusing on now? There's also huge lists that didn't make it on here. And these were, by the way, created exclusively from the notes from 6 series that Lauren took lots of notes on. And so we have distilled those notes and have turned that into 9 topics. It took a lot of time to do that. So the 2 that didn't get votes were citizen science, which are land listening, collect storm damage data, lots of opportunities. Maybe it wasn't super clear. That could also easily go into soil. The other one was arts and theater, which also, so that only got 3 votes, but it could easily group into writers. So I was thinking arts, theater, and writing kind of in one. So I see water catchers, I see arts, theater, and writing, I see connectivity, I see local and policy, like local government and policy could easily be 1, and that makes 11. So that's 4 groups. Soil is a 5th one. Consumerism is the 6th one. So that's what I see as our primary topics. So what I'd like to do is just appoint groups. It doesn't matter what you did on these papers. I'm going to say, if you want to, I'll point in a minute where to go, but I'm going to tell you where to go to join your group. One of our facilitators, we have a team of facilitators who's going to come and help facilitate your group. It could be that the soil group is too big. Maybe 13 people is too big and it's not a small enough discussion group. Maybe you split into 2 and we provide a facilitator for that second group. We're going to break for an hour in these groups. For 40 minutes, you're going to break into discussion. We have some focused questions to help you facilitate or get that discussion going. Some things to consider. We'd love it if you come out of there with a next step, but it's also difficult to plan things like that in just a half an hour. So just do the best you can. I would love it if we all think boldly, like maybe something we haven't done before, or how can we step up what we're already doing, or how can we connect what we are already doing to someone else who's doing something similar, and then continue that connection. I think as a group, we will also stay connected, but I also see the possibility of working groups coming out of these, which could end up being much like 350 has nodes, or perhaps we get into sociocracy circles in the future. You might not know what sociocracy is, but if you hang around long enough, we'll get there. We'll do a training on that. So I don't know what the future is going to look like with our working groups. That's for all of us to figure out together. We're smarter together. We're actually brilliant together. I don't think there's anything we can't do together. And the people in this room are all amazing. You all inspire me. So I think we're gonna really have some good outcomes. The second part of that hour, you're gonna have 20 minutes to figure out how you're gonna report back to the group. And I would like you to create a skit. This is for you, Kai. A skit, or a commercial, or a miming, something creative. Ideally, it has some body movement. It can involve everyone in your group, or maybe you just have a few actors in the group. Maybe you don't want to do body movement, you want to do something else. I'm not telling you what to do, but you're going to have 2 minutes to report out. And so I encourage you to do that creatively. You'll report out in a skit, and then also let us know as a part of your report out, did you Is there a next step from your group? All of this is written down. You don't need to remember it, and your facilitator knows all of this stuff. At 8:30, that'll be an hour in your groups. At 8:30, we're going to do performances. And I have a couple of prizes. But I'm not going to tell you who gets them. Because I'm still deciding. And then at 8:30 we do performances, and that could be how we end the night, but it might be nice to also have like a one-word go-around, or we want to keep the energy high at the end of the night. We all want to leave feeling inspired. We will continue to connect afterwards, and tomorrow I'm going to send you all an email with a survey that is now working. So if you've ever tried to fill out our survey, it was actually broken, so you couldn't. So sorry if you tried. So that's going to happen tomorrow. So that'll be the start of our next connection. Any questions about the agenda or the groups? Okay.
Kat, did you say that people could move if they...
Yes, so when you're in a group, say you just really can't decide, you want to do water or soil. You can't decide. About 15 minutes in, we're going to call out, like, we're halfway. If you want to jump to another group, do so. And at any point, if you want to flow out of a group and into another one, you should feel welcome to do that too. You're not locked in. But the more you can stay with your group, probably the better outcome from the group. But so that's up to you. Sound good? Yeah. Okay. So connectivity. Henry, would you lead our connectivity group?